This is Just a Few Questions. Just a Few Questions. I'm your host, Marc Sims, from the South Side of Chicago. And I have Sergio Mims on the line. Sergio Mims is the co-founder of the Black Harvest Film Festival here in Chicago. But he also likes to talk about politics. Don't you love politics, Sergio?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Really, I don't want to be in it, but I do like to observe it.
Oh, you like to observe it. You already voted, man. So we talked about Joe Biden. You early voted. I'm still waiting for my vote by mail to get in the mail. I seem like it's coming in late because a lot of people are voting by mail now. It's ridiculous. I got to call the Board of Election. But I'm saying we talked about Joe Biden. Let's assume that Joe Biden is right now going to win the Democratic primary. We don't know what's going to happen in the future because this thing has changed so many times. I do a podcast, and the podcast is like that's done because it's not. Things change so fast. So if Joe Biden wins the Democratic nomination, who should he pick for vice, or who could he pick for vice president?
Well, he has to pick a woman for sure. He's going to have to pick a woman. Who's it going to be? There are probably three choices he's got. Okay, there's a safe one. There's the one that probably won't work for him, and then there's the one that I think will be the knockout vote. Okay, knockout one. The one that won't help him is Kamala Harris. Okay.
Let's take this quick. You love Kamala Harris. You know that.
Yeah, I just think she's just wonderful.
Facetiously.
Okay.
So Kamala Harris.
She burned her bridges with black people. I don't want to go into that. She's burned her bridges with black people. He'll still get the black vote, because once again, you just got to beat him.
True.
But I don't think it's going to help him. Yeah. The safe choice is Klobuchar. That's the safe, almost predictable choice. The person he should pick is Elizabeth Warren. I think a Biden-Warren ticket could be absolutely unbeatable.
You know what? You think that's why Elizabeth Warren did not immediately back Bernie when she stepped out? Well,
you have to understand that Warren people are not Sanders people. Okay, they like her is not so much because they share the same policies, and they didn't like the way how Sanders treated her during the campaign. So they're not going to automatically go to Sanders. I don't see that at all. They could conceivably go to Biden. So, and somebody said to me, maybe it'd be smart if he announces her before the convention. Maybe. But like I said, we'll see what happens. But I think that will be the unbeatable ticket.
I mean, you're really smart, man. Because I like the Warren over Klobuchar any day of the week. But he doesn't need Massachusetts to win. Don't you think he needs like somebody from Texas or Florida or Ohio, or Pennsylvania? Does he need to pick somebody as a VP for some of those states that he really needs to win?
Well, that doesn't really hold that true anymore. That used to be true, but that doesn't hold that true anymore. And then also the other thing is that he has to pick a woman. So I'm trying to say, what woman candidates could he pick from Texas or from Ohio or from Florida? I can't think of one right now. There might be one. I just don't know of that person. Yeah. But
you can't pick somebody like Tim Kaine that nobody knows who Tim Kaine was or is. You got to pick somebody who's notable like a Warren.
Right.
Name brand. Somebody that might literally might become president in the next 4 years.
Right, and the other's right. And the Tim Kaine, the guy has. Well, the problem Hillary Clinton had was she couldn't pick a woman, and then number two was that she couldn't pick somebody who would outshine her, which would be anybody. So she had to pick somebody who was even less charismatic than she was. Wow. Boy, Tim Kaine, he could stand against a wall and you wouldn't know he was there. He would blend into the wallpaper.
Okay, okay. I think your analysis is excellent. I'm going to put it out there on Twitter and Facebook. Hopefully somebody sees this. So let's talk about some local politics in the last few minutes of this podcast. You know what? No offense. All due respect to Bobby Rush, Representative U.S. Rep Bobby Rush and U.S. Rep Danny K. Davis. I love me some Danny K. Davis, but they need to retire. They really do. What do you think,
Let me tell you something. 40 years ago, if I had said that a Black Panther would be endorsing one of the richest men in America, maybe richest man in the world, to be president, you would think I had lost my mind. And what happened? Bobby Rush endorsed Mike Bloomberg for president. And I said, what happened to Bobby Rush? He's been in Congress. Don't forget, he also endorsed, sorry about that, don't forget, he also endorsed Daley and other people. Look.
But I'm saying the old folks, and we could be considered some of the younger old people. The old folks vote for Bobby Rush. They need to stop.
Well, because there was nobody around to run against him. Nobody who's known. People just vote for him because they knew who he was.
Right, and that goes back to something. Even with the Southern voters, we talk about this Southern-Northern split, and you can parse it out all you want. Most of us, Negroes here in Chicago, we like 1, 2, maybe 3 generations from the South. So that mentality is with us all in some degree. We just want to vote for some, and all people vote for the familiar candidate. So they know Bobby, they know Danny, they vote. Danny has some younger people running against him. I think as a younger guy, maybe 40 running against Rush. But it's our leadership needs to stay. To retire and just be a consultant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same with Danny Davis. They've been there way too long. I don't know how effective they are. It's time for them to go. You've been there for a while. You were good for a while, then you weren't so good for a while. You have become ineffective. You're just taking up space. It's time to go.
And this is a little thing about I don't know about the Black community, because this show is for all people. I want all people to know these things. But one reason why African Americans have so many issues, and I always like to talk about this, because we have, like all groups, we have this tribalism. We have old people that can't get out the way. We have all this stuff, and that's why we can't move forward. It's disgusting. And when I speak like this, how you gonna speak bad about Danny K. Davis? How you gonna speak ill of Bobby Rush, man? They've been with us. Come on. At some point, I'm doing a podcast. I'm not elected official. You do need to get the hell out the way, let some young people run the thing.
Right. Yeah, you get it. Time to go. It's just ridiculous that these people have been here so long, and they have become an embarrassment. Bobby Rush is an embarrassment. He supported Mike Bloomberg.
Well, no. The thing about it, go ask anybody before we get off the air. I tell people, go look at Democracy Now. Great show, Democracy Now. Look at it online on the internet. Democracy Now. Type in Cornel West and Bobby Rush. Democracy Now. Watch a video of them two debating. And you wonder why I'm so mean to her. And I respect Congressman Rush. I seen him in the airport. I wave at him, but you need to go. Democracy Now, Cornel West and Bobby Rush. Look at that. Any final words, man? Any final words, Sergio?
Well, like I said before, I think we'll definitely know as of this retaping this, we'll definitely know by Tuesday how this Democratic presidential campaign is going to shake out. But all signs point to Joe Biden. So now the real race will begin.
Well, I'll tell this for all the Bernie people. I'm going to vote for Bernie since Elizabeth Warren bowed out. I'm going to vote for Bernie. Andrew Yang bowed out. I'm going to vote for Bernie in the primary here in Illinois. But what I'm saying, though, is that let's say Grandpa Joe, Uncle Joe is going to win this thing, we have to push him to the left. Usually the Democratic candidate wins the primary and moves to the center, right? We can't let Joe move to the center. We got to keep him to the left to the left, right?
Well, this country is not like that. There's always this dream that this country could be, a leftist socialist country, democrat socialist country, like in Europe. This country is not like that. I'll give you a perfect example. Why? And I've always asked this question: why wasn't there a revolution in this country during the Great Depression? During the Great Depression in the 1930s, something like 35% unemployment. There were homeless shacks everywhere. This country could have gone in the midst. This country, there could have been a revolution, the likes of which would happen in Germany, what happened in Spain, what happened in Italy, or what happened in Russia in 1917. It didn't happen here. And I always wonder, why didn't that happen? All the conditions were right for one. I should say a revolution that could have made this country more fascist or could have made this country more leftist. It didn't happen. Why isn't it? Because that's not the American character.
Also, they did have socialists back in the day. And FDR, and if it wasn't for the Great Depression, FDR would not even push a New Deal. We know that. And we African Americans, we were Negroes back then. Well, we were back in the 30s. We weren't much of a problem per se, but they still never wanted to share. They say, I think they said this. It's a famous quote in the.
But still, this country remained a capitalist system, capitalist country.
Okay, it's going because capitalism is great. And capitalism is great.
Which is why even in the midst of the Great Depression, the United States didn't turn into a socialist country. It didn't turn into a communist country.
Yeah, capitalism is great. That's the foundation. But you need a social safety net when capitalism fails, as it does many Americans, and it fails at certain times during recessions. So you do need some social safety net.
You see, but that's going back to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, when people hear socialism or democratic socialism, it sounds to them like, of course, older people, it sounds to them like, what, you want to turn this country into Russia?
Or Venezuela, as they say.
Oh, you see. And also, that's what would have happened. If Bernie Sanders was a presidential candidate, all Trump had to do is said, yeah, he's going to turn this country into Venezuela.
So, Sergio Mims, before we get off this... I'm sorry, before you go, we got like 3 or 4 minutes left. If Sanders just had dropped that democratic socialism or just socialism, that word, would he have won the Democratic primary?
I think he would have been in better shape. After Tuesday, I heard all these Bernie supporters trying to spin his losses. And one person basically said, if you translate what she basically said that it wasn't Bernie Sanders' policies. It was the way he talked about them. If he had come out sounding more like FDR and less like Karl Marx. Now, she didn't put it that way, but translating, that's what she said. He would have done better.
I totally agree. You know what? So, Sergio, we can find you at the Black Harvest Film Festival website, and a few other. Where else can we find you, man? Real quick.
Well, the festival starts this year. It's the entire month of August at the Gene Siskel Film Center. At the Gene Siskel Film Center from August 7th to August 28th. We are right now in the process. I am right now in the process of scouring movies from all over the world, contacting filmmakers, putting together the schedule. So
they just type in Sergio Mims or the Black Harvest Film Festival, and they can find you.
Oh, find me on Facebook.
Sergio Mims. How you spell that?
SERGIO MIMS. I'm on Facebook. Just contact me there. Send me a message.
Sergio, it's been a pleasure. Well, I'll see you soon. I'll hear you soon and see you soon on our buddy Benny J's show, Ben Joravsky, because he's the man.
I'll be back there on the 13th of March.
Because Benny J, the man, I encourage everyone to listen to the Benny J show. The link will be in the bottom of this Facebook post. I mean, not my YouTube post. We're always on Facebook. Sergio, it's been a pleasure. See you soon.